Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. The Interstellar Mastery camo grind here in Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer is largely similar to how the other camo grinds have functioned in the past, especially MW2 in terms of the overall layout when it comes to unlocking certain camo challenges and then going through and completing them. But for the most part, this is one of the easiest mastery camo grinds we've ever seen, just because a lot of the challenges don't require these same tedious tasks that we've seen year over year. So this year, it's honestly very doable for a lot of players, and today I wanted to break down the ultimate guide to give you guys the tips for every single gun in the game when it comes to unlocking your camo challenges, whether it's the base 4 camos that every gun has, your gilded camo, forged camo, or priceless camo challenges to eventually get that interstellar camo unlocked. So as we get into all the tips here today, if you enjoy the video or if you find it helpful, do me a favor, drop a like on it. It would be seriously appreciated. And if you're new here, you want to guarantee that every single day you are up to date with all things going on in COD, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. But real quick, a couple of general overview and more broad tips that you can apply to your entire camo grinds. Initially here, hardcore. Basically, like I would say 95% of the challenges in this game for camos are going to be infinitely easier if you do them in hardcore, just because of the one-shot kill capabilities that almost every single gun has, how much easier it's going to be to sneak up on enemies for certain things and whatnot. A lot of the camo challenges this year, unless I specify otherwise when we get to the specific ones, will be made so much easier if you just spam hardcore game modes like TDM, domination, kill confirmed, and hardpoint. Those are the main four, and domination and hardpoint specifically will be the two games that last the longest and give you the chance to get the most camo challenges done in any one given match. Another thing that I think made my grind super useful when I went through and unlocked everything is to level up every single gun first and then go back through and do your camo challenges. That way you have all the camo challenges unlocked. It makes the process a little bit less tedious and monotonous when you're on one gun for so long. Plus, when you go through and level them up, you're going to get some natural challenge progress on your weapons as you go through all the ranks. So you'll be going back to weapons that you already have maybe a couple of camos already unlocked for, and to me it just made the grind a lot more fun and, like I said, a lot less monotonous long term. But now getting into every single gun, you'll notice that all the base camos and then also the gilded camos are the same for every weapon category. So all the rifles have the same stuff there, all the SMGs have the same stuff, so on and so forth. But then the forged challenges and the priceless challenges do end up differing there. So getting into every gun, starting first with the SVA 545, here the first base camo, 50 general kills. Could not be easier. You'll get that one done naturally just by playing the game. You don't really need direct tips for that on any gun in the game. The second one is going to be 50 ADS kills. Again, will just happen naturally as you're doing the other challenges, so you don't really have to do anything special to get that one done. 15 headshot kills. You really just got to focus up on your aim more here. And again, for this, hardcore is going to be your best friend since it's just a one-shot kill pretty much every single time for that. Then the final base camo is going to be 25 kills while in tac stance. Once more, made super easy in hardcore. You switch into that tac stance option. I'd turn the setting on so that it never resets. Every time you spawn in, you'll be in tac stance, and you can just go through and push some smaller or close range areas. Small maps like Rust, Terminal, Skid Row, those will be a lot easier to get that one done. For the rifles in general in the SVA 545, your gilded challenge is to get 3 kills in one magazine 10 times. So for this one, you need to get 3 kills and then reload, 3 kills and then reload, 3 kills and then reload. Anytime I've ever had any confusion with this, if I was wondering, okay, did I actually get 3 here? Did it track? I just made sure to reload. That way I was for sure resetting that streak. Every time you reload, it's going to reset it. And keep in mind, if you get 3 kills in one life and then you die, but you never reloaded, next life, I would be extra safe. I'd start the life by shooting your gun and reloading once, again, just to reset that streak and make sure it's counting correctly for that. For forged here, you need to get 25 multi-kills. So this is really just double kills. They just phrase it funny here. Any double kill will track for this. Once more, hardcore makes this very easy just because it takes so little bullets to get those double kills. And if you're playing those smaller maps or more high-octane game modes like hardpoint and domination that force players to specific parts of the map, that'll be much easier overall. And then for priceless on the SVA, you need to get 15 headshots with a magnification scope, and this quite literally is like any scope. I was using the slate reflector and the red dots for this, and it tracked perfectly. If you wanted to use a higher zoom scope, you could even do that, but it's just 15 headshots basically with an optic equipped at the end of the day. Now on the MTZ, as mentioned, with the categories being the same, the first 4 base challenges are all the same here. So 50 kills, 50 ADS kills, 15 headshots, and 25 kills in tac stance. Same tips apply from the SVA, and then same deal with Gilded, 3 operator kills in 1 magazine 10 times. Just make sure you're reloading every time you get a 3. For Forged here, you're gonna need to get 10 kills while moving in tac stance with this. So really, if you're just strafing left or right or moving forward or backwards and you're using tac stance, you're gonna get a kill here. And for the most part, you should be moving in these gunfights always, because tac stance movement's gonna give you that little advantage so that you can strafe faster than you would if you were just straight up ADSing. So this is honestly gonna come pretty naturally and is not all that difficult. Then for Priceless on the MTZ, you need to get 10 kills on enemies that are affected by your tacticals while in tac stance. So for this one, I'd be using the engineer vest that gives you 2 stuns and just spam stuns every life when you're going into a choke point. Hope that it hits and bounces and actually stuns the enemy, and then you just got that same deal tac stance kill there. In hardcore, it's going to be your easiest since you don't need that many shots to take that enemy down. All the stun kills this year are pretty tedious, but at the end of the day, it just comes down to getting lucky with the enemy placement. Focus on those choke points and those high octane areas when you're spamming your stuns, and you'll just eventually get it. Again, for the Holger here, your 4 base challenges all the same: 50 operator kills, ADS kills, headshot kills, and tac stance kills. For Gilded, 3 operator kills in 1 magazine. Spam those reloads. For Forge, you need to get 25 kills with an underbarrel attachment. Just straight up kills here. So throw on any underbarrel in the game, you know, the commando foregrip, maybe a hand stop, whatever the case may be, and just get 25 kills. This is so straightforward and so easy. It's basically a base camo challenge. Then for Priceless, you need to get 15 long shot kills while mounted. So for this, you just need to find the spots on the map that have good lines of sight on those long shot areas. I found sub base to be extremely useful for this, looking into the tunnel from the top AC units or any other larger map like this that has good mounted spots and good cover spots. This one is a bit more tedious because it does require enemies to filter into those long shot areas, but the range is about 35 to 40 meters, somewhere in there, so the long shots really aren't all that difficult. Really, you just got to make sure you're mounted and you find a place that has a good line of sight for that. But overall, hardcore, again, you're going to get those 1 to 2 shot long shot kills with this. It'll be super easy, easier than you think at least. For the MCW, again, same deal with your 4 base camos and same deal with Gilded. For Forged here, get 3 kills without dying 10 times here. So basically, you just need 3 kill streaks. And to my knowledge, these do stack on top. So if you go on a 6 kill streak in 1 life, you'll end up getting 2 credit for this. But also, with a lot of these kill streak or gun streak based challenges or the bloodthirsty challenges, the tracking is super bad, but in your favor. Basically, if you get 1 3 kill streak or if you get 1 bloodthirsty for these challenges, it just starts giving you random progress for kills that are not a part of your streak. So it's actually helping you and glitching out in your favor in some cases. And the same actually applies to Priceless. This wants you to get 5 kills without dying 10 times. So just bloodthirsties here. After you get that first bloodthirsty, it's going to start randomly giving it to you. So still focus on getting those 5 kill streaks. Obviously, using UAVs is going to be clutch for this. Playing with the team that can give you comms and call out enemy locations is super helpful as well, but you're going to get pretty lucky with this. It's going to give you a lot of progress for free. That might get patched eventually depending on when you're watching this video, but still, this one is a lot easier than in years past because of the randomness behind it. Then we get to the DG58. Once more, all 4 base camos are the same as all the other rifles, and so is Gilded. For Forged here, you need to get 10 kills while aiming down sights with the DG58, but you also have to be strafing, so going from left to right. So just using your movement there. In most gunfights, you should be doing this naturally as is. Just make sure you are going left to right because that's considered a strafe. Forwards and backwards is not always tracking for that, it seems like. So focusing on left to right movement in general. Plus, you're going to be getting rotational aim assist if you do that as well. Like I said, that should be something you integrate into gunfights naturally. Then for Priceless, you just need 10 burst kills with this. So if you just simply get a kill with this in hardcore, it's going to count, and it takes 10 kills to do. That's super easy. And then finally for the rifles, the FR556, same 4 base camo challenges as always, same Gilded camo challenge. For Forged here, 20 operator 1 burst kills. Again, play hardcore. It's the same deal as Priceless for the DG. This one's super easy. And then for Priceless here, 15 operator headshot kills with a magnification scope. Again, you could just use a slate reflector or a red dot or whatever optic you want. pretty much this challenge should just say get 15 headshots while using an optic attachment, because all of them are counting for this magnification scope, and really just got to focus on your aim there. In hardcore, it'll be a 1 burst headshot per usual. If you're playing core, it's a bit trickier in case 1 bullet in a burst missed, it might mess you up, but hardcore will be a pretty easy way to solidify you're getting those quick and easy headshots. Then we get into battle rifles, and things here again will be the same across the board for all 3 battle rifles. The base camo challenges in Gilded will be the same. Forged and Priceless will be different for every single one. So initially on the BAS-B, the base camo challenges here for all battle rifles: get 50 kills. Very straightforward, very standard, it'll happen naturally. Get 50 kills while in fully auto. Quite frankly, I feel like all the battle rifles in this game are best in fully auto, and that's where they come standard. So this is pretty much just get 50 kills yet again. In hardcore, most of these are 1-shots regardless, so this one will be very straightforward and very simple there. Once more will happen naturally as you're leveling it up. For the third camo challenge here, you actually have to end up getting 10 kills with the BAS-B while using any magnification scope. So any optic here, red dots are probably going to be the most straightforward. Then finally here, get 15 headshot kills. Very basic, 1 shot, 1 kill here in hardcore. In core, it'll be a little bit trickier because you do have to land multiple, so I'd recommend hardcore for that one as well. And then for Gilded across the board on the battle rifles, it's actually the same challenge as the assault rifles. You have to get 3 kills with 1 magazine 10 times. So once more, get that 3 kill streak. Reload every single time. If you die before you reload, start off your life by shooting 1 bullet and reloading to ensure that it resets, so you get that full tracking there and don't mess it up. Now for Forged on the BAS-B, you need to get 10 multi-kills. So again, just double kills here. You just play a little bit more aggressive, focus on those choke points. If you have a UAV up, push those red dots that are, collecting together and sort of playing together. Because it's so powerful in hardcore, it'll be 2 shots for 2 double kills basically in that sense, or spraying and praying into a group will probably net you this as well. It's also super lenient on the multi-kills. It seems like if your name is in the feed twice, that'll count in most cases. Then for Priceless on the BAS-B, 25 suppressed clean kills. You might be confused by this wording, but basically you just have to use any suppressor in the game and get a kill before you take damage. So once more, in hardcore, if you get a kill, it's basically going to count because you're not going to take damage in a gunfight in hardcore unless you get stunned or something random like that. I would not do this one in core. It's just going to be more tedious, but use a suppressor and basically just get kills in hardcore and you're set for that one. Now on the Sidewinder, it'll be the same 4 base camo challenges as the BAS-B and the same Gilded challenge as well. For Forged here, you get 25 1-shot kills while using the Sidewinder. This is any kill in hardcore basically, so you absolutely have to play hardcore for this. You quite literally can't play core to get this challenge done. And then for Priceless here, get 25 long shots. You don't have to be mounted for this one, which is kind of nice. So sit up in those long shot spots. Again, focus on about that 40-meter range. That's where I found it to be the easiest for sure. And that's really not all that difficult. You could use a zoomed in magnification scope here if you want to use like a 3x or a 4x. It might make things a bit easier. Kind of just treat this as a marksman rifle. It'll be super easy for that. And then for our final battle rifle on the MTZ-762, same 4 base challenges as well. Same Gilded challenge. For Forged here, you have to get 25 kills while aiming down sights and being fully loaded. This means you have to get the kill with the first bullet in your magazine. So essentially here, you're getting 1 kill and then reloading to start it over. Get 1 kill, reload. You're never shooting more than 1 bullet at a time with this and trying to get that kill. That's what fully loaded means for that. Then Priceless here, get 15 semi-automatic headshots while using a magnification scope. So just turn this into the marksman rifle style, the semi-auto version of it, and use, a red dot or a 3x, whatever scope you want. Aim for the head, obviously. For this, it'll be the easiest in hardcore yet again. Now for SMGs, once more, all same base challenges and Gilded challenge for everything in this category. So starting first on the Striker with the base camos, 50 base kills. That'll happen naturally as you level it up. The second one is going to be to get 25 hipfire kills. For this one, it's going to be easiest if you just build your setup out for hipfires. So use the lasers that help with hipfire accuracy, the underbarrels that help with hipfire accuracy. There's even some rear grips and some stocks that help out with that too. Just stack all of those and spray and pray. You'll be good to go. The third base camo challenge is to get 10 kills while crouching or prone. For this one, I just be crouching. Basically, you can walk around and actually get kills while this much easier. If you wanted to prone on like certain choke points and be a bit more patient, you could do that too. This will ultimately though be the easiest in hardcore since these are obviously much stronger there. Then the final base camo challenge for the SMGs is to end up getting multiple kills. We have to get 15 operator kills affected by your tactical here. So again, spam those stuns, use the vest that gives you multiple, use your field upgrade as a munitions box so you get more, and spam those in those choke points. Once you get that hit marker, sprint at that enemy and try and take them out before their stun effect has wore off. then for gilded here, for all the SMGs, you have to get 10 kills without the enemies damaging you. Basically just play hardcore for this, because once more, if you get a kill, it's pretty unlikely that you're going to take a bullet and not die in one shot. So if you get a kill, it's pretty much going to track there. So essentially this challenge is to get 10 kills in hardcore. For forged here on the striker, you have to get 3 kills without dying 10 times. So once more, just focus on those UAVs, play with a team that can give you some comms. And if you get more than 3 kills in a life, it's going to start tracking randomly and give you those extra benefits. And then priceless is just an upgrade there. Get 5 kills in a life 10 times while using this striker. So once more, get that first bloodthirsty and you should be good to go. You can just try and build up your streak as much as possible, but then it'll start randomly giving you progress for it. Now for the swarm, we have their same 4 base camo challenges, same gilded challenge. For forged here, 10 hipfire kills while the enemy is affected by your tactical. Go into those choke points, spam your stun, and hipfire. Build this out once more for hipfire with the lasers, the underbarrels, the stocks, the rear grips. You'll be good to go. And then for priceless, get 10 operator double kills in tac stance. So switching to that tac stance spread, you can build this out to have better attachments for tac stance accuracy. So focus on all of those in your class setup, and then go to those choke points where there's going to be multiple enemies. Double kills, also very lenient. If your name is in the kill feed, it seems like at the same time twice, it's going to track that as a double kill. There's like 3 or 4 seconds in between there that it's going to still count. So those ones are actually pretty easy if you're playing more aggressive. For the AMR 9, same 4 base camo challenges, same gilded challenge. For forged, get 10 kills shortly after ADSing. So for this one, you just want to be pre-firing a lot of various different things. It's like a 2 to 3 second timer after you ADS where this is going to track. In hardcore, this will be the easiest because the AMR 9 doesn't have a great TTK. So in hardcore, you can get that quick 1 to 2 shot kill after spamming an ADS, and just make sure you're re-ADSing after every kill. Just don't hard scope or pre-aim anything for too long here, and that one will happen pretty naturally. And then for priceless, get 10 kills while being out of the enemy's line of sight. This one is really annoying with the tracking, honestly. You pretty much have to shoot them in the back. If they are to your side or if they're right in front of you, this one's not going to track for whatever reason. The enemy sight line, even though it doesn't look like they might not be looking at you, just seems very wonky. So your safest bet here is to always be on flank routes. Try and go to those areas where the enemies aren't so you can get behind them and then shoot them in the back, and this one will be much easier to track overall. Now for the Wasp 9, once more, same deal with the base camo challenges in gilded. For forged, get 10 kills while using a magnification scope attachment. So any optic here I found to be the low zoom optics in the form of like the red dots to be the easiest, since those are all your close range optics as is. Then for priceless, get 10 suppressed headshots. So just use any suppressor. It could be nice to use one that offers recoil control, so it'll be a bit easier to stay on target, but play hardcore for this. You'll get those one-shot headshots basically in the close range. This one won't take too much time at all. For the Rival 9, same deal with the base camos and gilded. For forged, get 10 kills shortly after ADSing. So again, just sort of spam that ADS. What's nice about the Rival 9 is that it has like one of the fastest ADS speeds in the game. So if you kit it out for that mobility and for the ADS speeds with lasers and stocks and whatnot, this will be nice to just spam. Then you can go through, play mad aggressive, and get those quick and easy kills. For priceless, get 10 suppressed double kills. So use any suppressor here. I'd probably use one that doesn't affect your mobility a ton in this case if you can get by with that. Then you just got to play more aggressive, knowing where those choke points are, going after those red dots on the UAV. I would suggest hardcore for this one as well, since those double kills will take less bullets. And then lastly, for the SMGs with the Striker 9, as always, same with the base, same with gilded. For forged, 15 long shots. So the range here is actually pretty forgiving. If you focus up around that 25 to 30 meter mark, you're always going to be getting long shots with this. It does take a couple of shots to kill over range though. So the best tip here is to build this out for better damage range and control. So use the longer barrels, use the underbarrels that'll help out, use suppressors that might extend your damage range some. Pay attention to those detailed stats and help that range, and it'll make this a little bit easier. And then for priceless, 15 headshot kills while moving. Really just use the strafe tactics from before with those various challenges and apply that here. Make sure you're always strafing left to right. It'll give you that rotational aim assist, and then you just really have to aim for the head. Not much I can do there besides tell you to focus on your aim training a little bit more. Now for shotguns, again, all unique kills here. It seems like the same base camos and gilded challenges across the board for this category. Starting first with the Lockwood 680, 50 kills will happen naturally over time. 50 hipfire kills, really just have to build this out for hipfire accuracy. accuracy. Focus on your lasers, your underbarrels, your stocks and whatnot. That'll give you better hip fire, and this one won't take too much time. In hardcore, it's pretty much always a one shot within shotgun range, so you never have to worry about hit markers there. I'd play hardcore exclusively for the shotguns. The third base camo, get 10 kills while ADS'd. Instead of hip fire accuracy stats and attachments, just focus on ADS speed attachments, so that'll be nice and straightforward there. And then the last base camo, get 15 double kills. You really just want to build this out for mobility, and then you have to play mad aggressive and go after those choke points, the hill and hard points, the flags and domination. That'll make that the easiest in my opinion. For gilded, for the shotguns, you have to get 2 kills shortly after sprinting. So essentially for this, I would not be slide canceling. I just have auto tack sprint on, sprint around the map, and then the second that you see an enemy, either start strafing left to right to knock out your sprint or do a jump shot or something. You basically just have to stop moving altogether with your sprint the second you see an enemy, and then quickly get that kill. I'd recommend ADSing for most of them as well, since obviously you can't ADS and sprint. That one will be easier than it might sound on paper. And then for forged here, get 25 one-shot kills using the Lockwood 680 while aiming down sights. In hardcore, if you're ADSing, it's going to be a one-shot kill. Then priceless, get 5 hip fire kills while moving. Go back to building this out just for hip fire accuracy and strafe left to right every single time you're getting into a gunfight. You will probably get this done in your first 5 kills of the match with the Lockwood. Now for the Haymakers, same base 4 camos, same gilded challenge as the Lockwood. For forged, get 3 hip fire kills with 1 magazine 15 times. Not gonna lie, this is one of the more annoying ones because hip fire accuracy is so obnoxious. For this one, I would recommend obviously building it out for hip fire accuracy in general, but focus on using a larger magazine as well. That way you have a little bit more of a safety net there, and you just have to play close range and hope that your hip fire accuracy works. I would do this in hardcore though, otherwise you're gonna run out of shots in a magazine before you get those 3 kills. Then once you do get those 3, spam reload, make sure you reset it, you'll be good to go. For priceless, get 10 double kills while in tack stance. Absolutely play hardcore for this, because most times you can end up getting 2 double kills, or 2 kills rather, for that double kill with 2 bullets because of the damage there. Especially in tack stance, you have that great sprint to fire. This one's pretty easy. And then for the Riveter, this is by far the worst shotgun. Luckily, the base camos and gilded are all the same. For forged, you need 25 multi kills, so you have to just build this out for mobility and aggression and just spam going into the enemy spawn, going to the choke points. I'd recommend using tack stance on this always, just because then you can spray and pray and you'll probably end up getting those quick kills with it that way. And then for priceless, get 5 kills without dying 5 times. Thank goodness the bloodthirsties track so goofy in this game, because getting 5 natural bloodthirsties with this thing would be awful. You really have to rely on, you know, your portable radars, your UAV for this. Hold close angles because this thing has like no range. Bait the enemies into pushing you, and just rinse and repeat that for every kill in the life as often as possible. This one's definitely a bit more tedious. Then we get into the LMGs. As always, same base camos, same gilded camos across the entire category. So for the LMGs, 50 straight up kills will happen naturally. The next base camo is going to be get 10 penetration kills with the Pulemyot here, or, you know, all the LMGs obviously. And this is by far one of my least favorite challenges in the game, just because penetration kills, the wallbang spots are tedious. You got to find the right spots on the right maps that have good sightlines on places that enemies are actually going to. For me, Scrapyard is by far the best map for this. Around the B flag and domination, all those fences count as wallbangs, like all the chain link fences and whatnot. Some of the plains count as wallbangs. High rise has some good fence spots. Maps that have a lot of wood are also going to be good for this, but basically you just got to spray and pray and hope that enemies are going to be in those areas consistently throughout the match. It's definitely tedious. You can put on the ammo type that does help with bullet penetration as well, I noticed, and that was pretty solid too. So this one's tedious. It's really about just getting the right map and having players in the right spot. The next base camo challenge is get 10 kills with full attachments. So after you have 5 attachment spots available, it's just 10 straight up kills. Could not be easier. Then also get 10 double kills. Now with LMGs, obviously the large magazines, you can spray and pray with these, and it'll be the same deal as the other challenges for double kills, be in those high octane areas. Now, gilded for the LMGs is to get 2 kills without releasing the trigger 10 times. So this means you are literally spraying and praying. For this, put on whatever the largest magazine is for any LMG, because the second you get your first kill, you cannot stop shooting until you get that second kill. Now, when you get double kills, this is nice and convenient, but if you only get 1 kill and then there might not be enemies right next to that person, you have to lay on that trigger and just ideally pre-fire into an area where enemies are going to be. Definitely takes some time and requires some luck for enemies to be in the right spots, but it'll go quicker again if you're in hardcore, and it's a little bit easier in game once you get used to it and once you figure out, okay, I know I'm gonna have to spray and pray here. I gotta a lucky double kill there, it'll sort of work itself out, right? For Forged here, get 25 kills while using a magnification scope, so just your basic red dot or whatever you want there. And then for Priceless, get 5 kills in one magazine 10 times. This is just annoying on the LMGs because you have to reload. And like with the Pulemyot, it's so slow. So you got to get that Bloodthirsty and then reload and then Bloodthirsty reload. Super obnoxious. Again, just make sure you're spamming those reloads. The UAVs and the teammate communication will be clutch. Now for the DG58 LSW, base camos and gilded are always the same. Forged, 25 kills while ADSing and moving. So just those strafe mechanics, yet again, basic gunfights for the most part, and you're not going to be hip firing a ton until you get to the priceless camo, which is 25 hip fire kills and strafing. Now for me, I ended up using the aftermarket kit for the DG58 LSW and then going all in on those hip fire accuracy attachments, and that made it a lot more bearable. It makes it basically play more like an assault rifle, so I'd recommend changing your setup to that. Now for the Holger, base camos gilded, same old, same old. For Forged, 25 kills while aiming down sights and strafing, very basic here yet again, same deal as before. And priceless is 25 hipfire kills while moving. Now you don't have an aftermarket part here, but again, you're just going all in on the mobility and the hipfire accuracy attachments. Pretty basic for these two LMGs. Then on the Bruen, no changes with the base stuff and gilded. For Forged here, you're going to end up getting 20 operator suppressed headshot kills. So use any suppressor you want. Again, probably one that has recoil control so it's easier to hit those headshots, and then just 20 headshots, right? Very straightforward. Hardcore, 1 shot, 1 headshot, 1 kill, 1 progress on this. That one's not too bad. And then for priceless, 3 operator kills with 1 magazine. So it's a little bit less tedious than the Pulemyot. Still a little bit annoying. Just make sure you're spamming those reloads once more. Then we get into the marksman rifles here. Again, all the base challenges in gilded will be the same for this category. First base challenge, 50 kills yet again. For the second one, 50 headshot kills. These are all one-shot headshots in hardcore. Most of them will be that way in core. That'll be your most straightforward way to do it. Surprise, surprise. Third base challenge is to get 10 kills with no attachments, so that kind of sucks, but at least it's only 10 kills. That one's not too bad. You just like to use the attachments that you have unlocked, right? And then lastly, for the base challenges, get 2 kills without dying 15 times. Just a 2 kill streak. That one is very basic, and you can stack those as well, so that one's not too difficult. For gilded, for the marksmans, it's get 10 kills with a laser equipped. Could not be easier. Quite literally just 10 kills in hardcore, or 10 bullets in hardcore if you're super accurate. Just use the Olay laser or the 7 milliwatt laser and you're good to go. For Forge now on the KVD Enforcer, for this one you have to end up getting 25 one-shot kills, which in hardcore is just 25 kills straight up. For priceless, 25 extreme magnification kills using an optic that is 8 times zoom or more. So for this one, the descriptions of the optics will tell you which zoom it is. You just have to select one that's more than 8 times. If you're using a variable scope, make sure you are zoomed in to the 8 times version because it won't track if you're using the 4 times variant on the 8 times challenges, obviously. So you have to be on the correct zoom for that one, but that's not too difficult either. Now on the MCW 6.8, you can rinse and repeat your base and gilded challenges. For Forged, 3 kills in 1 magazine. You might want to upgrade that magazine to a larger capacity here, but go for those 3 kill streaks. Reload the second you get that third, you're good to go. No changes there. And then priceless here is to get 15 suppressed clean kills. Again, the clean kill is just not taking damage. So throw on any suppressor, go into hardcore, get those 15 kills. That'll track right away. Very basic. For the DM56, you can do the same base and gilded challenges again. For Forged, you have to get 25 kills while in tack stance. It's a little bit annoying with the marksman rifles having to spam while in tack stance because it's not as accurate as ADSing, but in hardcore, you're going to be able to spray and pray and get those quick kills. Do not do this one in core because the DM is not good as a marksman rifle. It even sucks in hardcore in some fights, so that one's a little bit tedious. And then for priceless, it's to get 15 headshots with the iron sights, so you just can't use an optic here, but it is still a one-shot headshot if you hit them in hardcore, so that one won't be too difficult. And then our last marksman is the Interceptor. I think this is probably the best one because it's the strongest, so you could do some of this in core if you wanted to with the headshots and whatnot. But for Forged here, it's to get 3 kills without dying 10 times. So just those 3 kill streaks. Again, these do stack on top of each other. Use those UAVs to your advantage. And then priceless is to get 5 kills without dying 5 times. So you just need the bloodthirsties here. But with that convenient tracking that just boosts you with the bloodthirsties, this one will get done pretty quick as well if you're, again, going on those quick little streaks. Then we get into the sniper category. There's only 3 weapons here, so it's not too bad for the base challenges. These are, again, all the same. for the base AMR. 50 straight up kills, as always. 50 kills shortly after ADSing, so just your quick scopes. That's with snipers, not really a super unfamiliar, thing to do there. A lot of these snipers are great, and you just want to build this for ADS speed, as with the other ones as well. That one's not too bad. For the third base challenge, get 3 kills in 1 magazine, so you just make sure you are reloading after you get that 3 streak. And then the last one is to get 15 one-shot kills. The KATT will do it in core. The other ones you probably want to use hardcore just to be the easiest, but you could also do the KATT in hardcore if you wanted as well. For Gilded, get 10 kills while focused on aim down sights. So this is just holding your breath. When you go to aim down sight, make sure you're clicking in that focus button, holding your breath, and then getting a kill while you're doing so. This means you have to hard scope a ton. It's slow, but it's not hard whatsoever. For Forged on the KATT, 15 penetration kills. This is just annoying because it's a sniper. Again, you just have to focus on those areas that are going to be good for wall bangs. So the fences on Scrapyard and High Rise, the wooden spots on certain maps. Trying to pre-fire random metal crates and whatnot is the way to go with this. It's just going to be really slow progress unless you get a really good map and a really lucky lobby position, right? And then for Priceless, 3 suppressed headshots with the KATT. That's not difficult at all. Just throw on any suppressor, aim for the head. It'll be a one-shot kill. Now for the Longbow, base camos and Gilded are the same. Forged, 25 kills while ADS'd and fully loaded. So again, you have to get the kill with the first bullet in your magazine. So shoot once, get the kill, reload, shoot once, get the kill, reload. That'll go through with 25 kills. Pretty easy if you're accurate with that first shot. Then Priceless, get 5 kills without dying 3 times. So those bloodthirsties, and then you can just stack those on top of each other. Not too bad. You just have to be accurate, really, at the end of the day. And then lastly, we got the KV inhibitor for the snipers. This feels more like a marksman, honestly. Base camos and Gilded are the same. Forged, 25 straight up headshots. This will one-shot headshot in core or hardcore, so pick your poison there. And then Priceless, 5 headshots while moving. It's only 5 strafing headshots. Like, that's so easy. Do the same thing you were doing for Forged and just make sure you're not standing still. Couldn't be more straightforward. Then we get into the handguns. You'll never guess this, but the base camos and Gilded are the same for the entire category. For the core, 50 straight up kills initially. The next base challenge, 50 kills while ADS'd. That'll happen naturally again. The third, get 10 kills while moving. So you just got to be strafing left to right or going forwards and backwards. Moving is any direction there. Then lastly, get 15 kills with the akimbo attachment equipped. You do unlock that a bit later on into the progression there, but build it out for akimbo and then throw on all the hip fire accuracy stuff, and that won't be too bad. For Gilded, for the pistols, it's to get 10 kills without the enemies damaging you. Absolutely play hardcore for this, especially because the pistols are weaker. If you do this in core, you're just going to get hit markers and then get fried. You'll breeze through this in hardcore. Now for Forged on the core, you have to get 15 kills on injured enemies. For the inverse here, you have to do this one in core, because when you shoot somebody, you injure them, unlike hardcore where you kill them right away. And this is basically just 15 normal kills in core, because if you shoot them once, they're going to be injured and then it tracks. So that one's pretty easy. And then Priceless, get 10 headshot kills. Just aim train there. It'll be the easiest in hardcore for sure, because it's a 1 to 2 shot headshot. Then for the Renetti, same deal with the base camos and Gilded. For Forged, 25 long shots. It's actually surprisingly easy. It's like a 20-meter range or something for long shots. I was doing mine on terminal and just camping top right and looking into the spawns. With pistols, the damage range is so short there that long shots are just so easy. Any mid-range fight here is basically going to do it. Obviously, do this in hardcore so you can get the 1 burst kill. Then for Priceless, it's 25 headshot kills. Again, could not be more straightforward. Just go into hardcore, aim for the head, you'll be good to go. Just takes the aim training to get warmed up there. Now for the Tyr or the Magnum, one of my favorite guns in the game, also just because it's like all Norse themed. Same base camos, same Gilded challenge. For this one, we have to get Forged, 25 one-shot kills. It'll be the easiest in hardcore because everything is a one-shot kill here. In core, you basically have to be barrel stuffed on them, so I'd recommend just doing hardcore for that one. And then for Priceless, it's 25 kills while using a magnification scope, so just put on a red dot or whatever optic you're going to be the most comfortable with and accurate with while using a revolver, and that one is pretty basic as well. Easiest in hardcore yet again. Then our final pistol with the Stinger, the Wasp Stinger. Base challenges are all the same. Gilded is the same for Forged. 25 hip fire kills while strafing, so build it all out for basically hip fire stats there. You could even use a Kimbo if you wanted to there too, and that might make it a bit easier for you since you got 2 guns. Then for Priceless, it's to get 25 kills on enemies affected by your tactical while you have a Kimbo equipped. So that one's basically going to be the same thing as what Forged is. You just have to make sure you're throwing that tactical, right? So again, tedious, make sure you're throwing that in those choke points. It's just going to take some time to get lucky with the flashes or the stuns, whatever tactical you want to use to get that to fully track. Personally, I think stuns are by far the easiest. Then we get the RGL. This thing is a nightmare. It's by far my least favorite gun in the game for the camo challenges. The base challenge here, luckily, at least it's the only launcher, right? The base challenge is to get 25 straight up kills. Do it in hardcore. If anyone is using EOD, you're just not going to kill them unless you direct impact them. It's miserable fighting players who have EOD with this thing. It does no damage. For Gilded, it's to get 10 kills by hitting the enemy with direct impact. So you have to barrel stuff them and get the direct impact pop-up. It'll either show in the kill feed that you physically hit them with the grenade, or if it shows on your screen the text direct impact, that will count towards this as well. So you just have to be accurate. For Forged, destroy 25 equipment. As I'm recording this video, this challenge only tracks if you destroy claymores or betties. That should be fixed in the future so it's easier, but just run the engineer perk or vest, whatever, so you can see the enemy equipment outlined and then go for that. You might also want to ask some players in the pregame, hey guys, it'd be so annoying if you used claymores or betties this game. I would hate that so much, and then get them to use it so you can blow those up. Then lastly, for Priceless, it's to get double kills. Just Q snipe Rust. Rust will get this done in like 2 to 3 games because you can just spam these in hardcore and it'll be very, very easy. You can melee an enemy with this and then shoot somebody else to count as a double kill. So long as you're getting both kills with this, it's going to be super easy there. So you can sort of mix and match how you want to go about that. And then the last category, we have the knives. And for the most part, things are going to be similar here again with the base camo and the Gilded, but Forged and Priceless will be different for each knife. On the Gutter Knife, the base challenge, 50 straight up kills, very easy. Gilded's going to be to get 10 kills on operators affected by your tactical. So again, spam those stuns in the choke points. You're going to realize just how strong aim assist is when you start stunning people and then they still snap on you while you're trying to knife them. It's really annoying. For Forged, you have to get 5 kills without dying 5 times. So Bloodthirsties. It sucks to do this. You really have to play with a team for this one, in my opinion, and absolutely play core. Do not play hardcore. You're going to die too fast. Camp around corners, let enemies sort of push into you and use those UAVs. Once you get that first Bloodthirsty, try and get as many kills on that streak as possible because those will glitch and count out for those extra Bloodthirsties. Then for Priceless, get 15 revenge kills. The best way to do this is to play free-for-all because somebody kills you in free-for-all, they never move. And for revenge, you have to kill the person who killed you in the last life. So let someone kill you, go back and hunt them down in the same spot they just killed you. They're probably still going to be there. It's tedious, but it's not too difficult. And then lastly, here with the Karambit, base challenge is the same as the other one. Get 50 kills. Gilded is the 10 operators affected by your tactical, so same deal there. For Forged, get 20 kills on enemies that do not damage you. So basically, if you just stab them without taking any damage, you get this fine. You could do this in core or hardcore. It doesn't matter because if you get shot either way, the challenge is not going to track. Personally, though, I find knifing to be easier in core. And then lastly, with Priceless here, get 10 kills from behind. So you just have to flank them. You might want to try using smokes for this one. That could help out a lot. Also for the Bloodthirsty, smokes could be pretty clutch as well over on the Gutter Knife. But smokes, stuns, whatever you can use to get behind enemies and flank. Definitely use the Dead Silence field upgrade or the Covert Sneaker so they don't hear you coming up from behind. And then you can get that quick and easy backstab there. The tracking on this one is weird. I've stabbed guys in the side in accounts. I've gotten backstab kills and it didn't seem like it tracked. It's a little bit obnoxious there, but regardless, that will help get that one done a little bit quicker. And with all that being said, that is the best tips and tricks for every gun in the game when it comes to unlocking the camos and ultimately going for Interstellar. Very lengthy video, but hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, let me know by dropping a like on it. It'd be really appreciated. And if you're new here, you want to guarantee you're up to date every single day with all things going on in COD, be sure to hit that subscribe button on your way out. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.